Managing the marathon of life, many of us are going to require some help as we approach that finish line. Joe Waldman, he's a dentist, and he was for 33 years. He was someone who took great care of himself, and in life, well, he threw him that curveball. He developed a weakness in his arms and legs with tremors in his hands, and he had developed a neuropathy, and along with a familial condition, no more dentistry for him. And our newsmaker is Dr. Joel Waldman. Joins us now with his story and what all of us need to know. Dr. Waldman, really an amazing story, your life.
Well, thank you very much, Jill.
And how has that life experience affected your career? It's taken a little change.
Well, obviously, there's been a big change. What had happened, as you said, is I was very involved with athletics pretty much my whole life. And then, unfortunately, when I did develop the medical conditions that I had to find a new pathway. I mean, what has happened that I've actually lived by is something that my mother-in-law, who was a survivor of the Holocaust, has always said: the easiest way to make God laugh is to tell him your plans. So obviously, because of the tremors in my hand, I was no longer able to do dentistry. And at the suggestion of my brother, he said, you need to go out and tell a message. I had not increased my disability, my life insurance, because I always found that obviously when money is tight and you have young children, that there are other priorities. So again, he had said the best thing for you to do is to get out, especially to people our own age, the Gen Xers and the baby boomers, to say you've got to be prepared for the unexpected.
Well, and you didn't even just look into getting prepared. You really took a whole new career on, and now you're preparing other people. Tell us about that.
Well, again, I got my certification in long-term care. I do disability and life and health insurance also. But again, I'm especially passionate about long-term care because, again, as a baby boomer, we're the ones facing the uncertainty as we get older because, again, as we age, we are able to have better diagnoses. People are living longer, but with living longer, unfortunately, there is a greater chance of becoming frail. And we don't want to be a burden to our families. We want to be able to have it so that somebody can supervise our care rather than actually disrupting our children or our wives to take care of us.
Right, but when it does come to paying for this, when you do have a family, you're thinking, how can I afford anything else? But it's really, how can you not afford it?
Absolutely. And the thing is that as you are younger, the cost is much less. And obviously also is that the agencies are trying to have it so that they're more restrictive. There are fewer and fewer carriers. And also, again, you have to do it while you're healthy or else you're not going to qualify. So again, pre-planning is the key.
Now, what about most people say, well, I've got Medicare, Medicaid, that'll help. A little different?
Well, it is quite a bit different. First off, Medicare is very simply health insurance. It is there to rehabilitate you, and that's pretty much it. What will happen is if you're in the hospital for at least 3 days, then if you go into a nursing facility within 30 days afterwards, they will cover 100% for the first 20 days. And then from day 21 through day 100, they will cover all but about $133 a day. But even there, they become a lot more restrictive, so it doesn't, the stay is normally only in around 21, 22 days. Medicaid is in a situation where you have to spend down a good portion of your assets to qualify. Plus, there is something called the look-back period in which they check for 5 years where you have given your monies. And if you give it to a child, et cetera, it is the number of years that it will take that you no longer qualify to get Medicaid.
Well, and Dr. Waldman, we're running out of time. I want to make sure people know how they can contact you because there's a lot of information that you can give them beyond what you've told us today.
Yes, thank you. If they wish to just talk, my number is 814-833-5433, and I'd be more than happy to discuss your situation with you.
And you're with Loesel-Schaaf, too, so if people want to track you down.
I'm with Loesel-Schaaf Insurance Company. Okay. They're a wonderful agency. Thank you.
Dr. Waldman, thank you so much for coming on today and sharing your story with us.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Up next, a look at why the price of beef is skyrocketing. Stay with us.